You only have a starter ship, but you want to make some decent money? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can make a couple $100,000 in an hour with only a starter ship. Not going to be too complicated since I want to keep it simple for beginners. So let's see how to do that. The starter ship that I'm going to be using is the Aurora. It's one of the cheapest ones that you can start with. So even with this one, you can still do this. First, we need to open up our mobiGlas here. I'm going to hit F2. We're going to look for Grim Hex. This is very important. Just route yourself there. Here we go. We're finally at Grim Hex. I'm just going to land. So Alt N, call a hangar. Usually the hangars is at the back of Grim Hex, just inside of the asteroid. So make sure you land. Now the reason that we're at Grim Hex, it's the best place to gear up and we're going to need it. So I'm quickly going to store my ship and then I'll show you where to go buy your gear. But at the spaceport here, before we do anything else, we're quickly going to set our spawn. We might need this a little bit later on. So just run here. Use the terminal. Transfer and confirm. Now that is done, we're going to go gear up by running back to the spaceport. Once at the spaceport here, we're going to head over to these elevators and take them down. Now that we have arrived, we're going to go to the armor shop. The main reason is because we need to buy a big backpack that can loot a lot of gear. This gear will allow you to earn a lot of money. I'm going to show you exactly how, but this backpack will allow you to do a lot of things. So use the terminal here. The backpack is quite expensive. You can see it's 8,000. So buy one of these. Now we also need a chest piece, a heavy chest piece. So go torso. And here is another chest piece. Just select this. Say buy. Then type in tool. You're going to buy a multi-tool as well. Buy this one. And then type in beam. To buy the tractor beam attachment. We're also going to buy some pistol ammo. You should start off with a pistol. So just type in arc here and buy a couple of these. I'm just going to buy about 5 just because we're going to get a real gun soon. And also type in med and buy 3 meds. Now that we have everything here, let's go to Dumper's Depot because we will need a box to loot all of the gear inside of. So just run forward here, look for this little arrow, go inside. Once here, we can use this terminal. Go to subcategories, scroll down all the way to containers. Here you will find a bunch of containers, but we want one ECU container here. Usually I like to buy 2, but funds will probably be very limited for you. But in this case, I'm going to buy 2. Maybe you completed the starter mission and you've got 40k. It's quite a bit of money. So pretty decent. Let's go equip everything by running out. Let's go down the stairs here. Once at this terminal, we can equip all of our gear. So make sure you get your chest piece, your backpack, your tractor beam. Just double click everything. Right click on the ammo, equip everything, and right click, equip all of your meds. Lucky for us, we won't lose this gear when we die at the moment. So it will always be on us. So we can die as much as possible and still keep our gear. Let's go back to our ship. We managed to call our ship again. Let's quickly use the freight elevator here on the left. We're going to take all of our boxes. The way that we're going to make money is we're going to fill up all of these boxes with gear and then sell it. But while doing it, we're also going to gear ourselves pretty decently so that we have a good loadout. Once the elevator is here, we can just hit 5. Take both boxes and throw it close to our Aurora. Recently, they have updated the Aurora grid to make it way easier to snap boxes. So it's very nice. Usually, I just like to snap my box on here, push it all the way back, and then do the second one. You can do either 1 or 2 depending on how much money you have. But I usually like to put 2, since it will give us a nice income. Just throw it on there. Now we're all good to go. If you get nice and close, you should be able to open the box here. You can see we can open it. Now this big backpack is very necessary. It will allow us to loot very efficiently. This is why we picked it up at Grim Hex. It's also the only place you can buy it at the moment. So let's go into our ship here. Now that we're all set up with our Aurora, we can just hit F1, go to contracts, choose mercenary. The mission that we're looking for is provide backup. This will take us to a bunker so that we can loot NPCs. The turrets won't shoot us at all of these bunkers. Plus, we can loot all of the NPCs and go sell their gear. It's very easy money. You can do it under an hour and you'll earn a couple 100,000. Very good for beginners. You might have to do a starter mission before you get provide backup, but I'm sure it will show up in your Mobiglass. But for now, this is the only one available for me. So provide backup is the one that I'm going to take here. Once outside of the hangar, we can hit F2, click at the top here to go to the mission location, and just click to the left to route ourselves there. Let's quickly jump. We're at our mission location. I'm just quickly going to go to the bunker. You can see we are in a Crusader security area, meaning the bunker won't shoot us. Once at the bunker, we should see a bunch of NPCs here. Let me just take a look. You can see there is one. It's a little bit difficult to see. They're all standing here. I'm just going to shoot them with my ship because we only have a pistol, right? So I'm just going to shoot them with my ship here to kill them. And then usually there's a couple in the doorway as well. Sometimes they'll get up again. The lasers let them live. But sometimes they're also in the door here. Just like to pepper them here and there. Make sure you don't shoot any of the turrets, so you don't get a crime stat. But these are 9 tails, so you won't get a crime stat for killing the NPCs. Once they're all dead, let's land and loot their gear. You can see here is all the dead NPCs that we just murdered. Let's take off our box and start looting. So I'm just going to take this box and throw all the gear inside here. What I like to do, I just put it next to the NPC. I saw a gun at the back here. Guns are very important. They will provide you with a lot of money. So make sure you always get them. Just throw them together. You can see I compiled them nicely here. Now you can just sit next to the box. Hold right click to position your camera. And then you can drag it into the box. You can see all of the guns are in the box, which is very nice. But in order to loot NPCs very quickly, you just say loot, and you can just open up their complete inventory by hitting this little arrow. Now what I like to do, I just take their undersuit and drag it into my backpack. Most of their gear should go in here. They're completely looted. Go back to your box. Now, just shift click all of their armor and med pens. You can decide if you want to keep the ammo, but usually I like to leave the undersuit because it doesn't sell for a lot. So I just right click the undersuit and say drop. We do need to gear ourselves a little bit before going into the bunker. So if you want to, you can equip all of these gear, but I'm first going to loot all of the NPCs and choose what I like. After looting all the NPCs, you probably will see a lot of guns on the floor. You can just throw these in your backpack as well, since they will provide you with a lot of money once you sell them. Some guns like these are a little bit too big to throw into your backpack, so you can just equip them, put them on your back and drag it to your box eventually. But we might use this one, so I'll see what we can do. Let me just get all of these as well. Now we can gear up before going into the bunker, since there will be a lot more NPCs in the bunker to loot. So for this, we want a better helmet. I'm just going to choose the heavy helmet here. We also want shoulder pieces. So we can just look for arms, and then we need legs. This is a medium. So I'm going to equip my medium, and I'm going to make sure I have enough mates equipped. Now for our gun, our main gun here, I'm just going to equip an SMG since we have a lot of ammo for it. Now I can just equip some mags. I managed to fully equip myself here. Let's take the box, hit 5 and go inside. Just put the box on the elevator, hit sub level 1 and the elevator will go down. We can take our little box here, leave it right here. Let's first kill the NPCs to make sure that we're safe. You see here's a 9-tail, another one. Eventually you'll see these yellow markers show up for you. Once most of them are dead, makes it a lot easier to deal with them. Sometimes the NPCs will be in elevators. If they don't come out, just kill them and run into the elevator. This will allow you to keep the elevator open and throw their bodies outside. Also, don't forget their guns so that you can loot it afterwards. I've got a couple more to kill, so I'm quickly going to do that. You can see, same example, but these guys only have clothing. So not really worth looting for the most part. They only have pistols. Pistols don't sell for too much. So I'm going to leave them. Here is another heavy in an elevator. Just going to headshot him. The AI is pretty derpy, so sometimes I don't even fight back. Let me throw this guy out. I'm going to go get my box and loot everything in this bunker. You can see my box is getting pretty full. Maybe one more armor set, then I need to go fetch the other one. You can also get special attachments like this one. There's swords attachments while looting. So I'm going to keep that, especially for me. You also get special scopes. So if you want to keep that, just loot it separately. And then throw the armor into your backpack. You can see my box is 100% full. But I still have some space in my backpack. So I'm going to loot the rest of these guys as well into my backpack, so that I maximize my profits. I managed to fill up my backpack here. Let's go put this box back at the Aurora. Then I'll take my secondary box. Here we go. Finally back. Just going to attach it to the Aurora. And then pick up this box. And go back to the bunker. We're back at the bunker here for these big NPCs. Unfortunately, you can't loot their backpacks into the box. So all that you need to do here is loot their main gear. I usually just say drop backpack, and then you can just shift click their main gear here. I also like to take the meds. You've got all of their gear in your backpack there. Now you can open up the box and throw all of their gear in there. I also like to include the ammo, since I can use that later on. For the big guns, you can just pick them up and throw them in the box as well. There we go. Managed to throw it in. Sometimes while in the bunker, you'll find crates like these. These are medical crates. You can also get loot crates, but they will have medicine. Just make sure it's a med pen and not a decon pen. Med pens will heal you. Decon pens won't really. So just take the med pens. Here's the final big NPC. Again, we're gonna drop the backpack. Just right click the backpack, drop. It also has a scope on him. I'll probably keep that separate. Let me loot his whole kit here by shift clicking. Now I can just throw everything into the box as well. Already 70%. For some reason the gun stuck to the backpack here. I don't think I can take it off, but not really the worst thing in the world. I could probably equip it to my back and use the backpack, but I already have one on, so no need really to loot it. Since loot is permanent now, we won't ever lose it. If we die, we don't really need extra kits. We can just sell what we don't use, right? Let's head back to the Aurora, and then I'll go show you how to sell everything for a profit. Just gonna snap my box on the Aurora here. Now we're all good to go. I'm gonna head over to Serpent Station, since you can instantly sell all the gear. You get a little bit less money, but definitely worth it. Now that we're in space, I'm gonna hit F2. I'm gonna type in Serpent Station here. About ourselves. Once it's Serpent Station, we can just land. After landing, let's take off our boxes and throw them onto the cargo elevator here. Just throw them on this platform. Also do it with the other one. Let's send it down. Here we go, sending it down. Now before we do anything, we've got a makeshift kit on at the moment. We want to completely kit ourselves out by going to these terminals first. Now we can say use. Once the inventory opens, we can throw all of our gear inside of our inventory here just to unequip everything, right? Since we want to customize our kit here, I'm going to go with the heavy box here, which is the 70% one. You just click these arrows to open. Let me quickly kit myself out. I'm going to go with the heavy helmet, heavy arms, heavy chest, and heavy pants, which is very nice. For my backpack, I'm going to re-equip my old backpack. Here we go. I've got my old backpack. Technically, you could re-equip your old chest piece as well, but you can have a full 9-tail set here. Now for the gun, you can go whatever you want. I'm just going to go with the heavy gun here, since I believe we have a lot of ammo for that gun, so I can just equip everything. We're all geared up. Don't forget to equip your tractor beam again. All of the other things we can sell if you want to, by just dragging them into the little box as well. There we go. We can close out of everything. Let's go sell our gear. In order to instant sell all of our gear, we can just go to the spaceport here, run all the way to the yellow elevators. You can see here they are. Choose cargo center. Once at the cargo center here, we can just go to cargo services. Now there will be a terminal where we can instant sell all of our boxes. We will sell the box as well. We'll get about 50% of the value of the box back, but it's definitely worth it. So let's choose sell here. You see here is both our boxes. We get 1,000 back from the box. It cost us about 2,000 to buy the box. Just click it. Do not quick sell. Click it. So sell. Eventually, all of this will populate. It will tell you everything it will sell. You see we get about 25,900 for this one box. I think this is the 70% one that was full. Now, just sell instantly. All done. That's 25k. Now this box should be worth a lot more because it has all the guns. Just say sell again. You can see 42,000. Hit sell. After completing everything, we can just go back to buy. Choose containers here. And we should be able to buy a 2 ACU box. Now you don't have to carry around that 2 1 ACU boxes. You can just do a complete 2 ACU box, which will make life a lot easier. I'm going to buy this as well. And you can see the mission that we completed was also 45k. So for just under 1 hour, we earned 113,000 by just selling gear. It's not too bad for a beginner. You don't have any rep or any experience. This is how much we can earn for just 1 hour. Do like 2 of these and you're pretty decent. You can start renting a ship and doing other things. But hope this guide was helpful. If it was, please leave a like. And if you want to see more videos like this, then you can watch these 2 videos right here. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next video.